officers from Election Commission, and friends from media. Very good afternoon to all of you first. I extend a very warm greeting to each one of you who has gathered here for this press conference. We have had a detailed review of the preparedness in Tamil Nadu of the general election to Lok Sabha 2024 for good 2 days, and I'll brief you as to what happened in those meetings. Tamil Nadu has a long history of local self-governance. The secret ballot methods exercised to elect members to the village councils here. So it has a very deep-rooted tradition of a democracy. And it's a pleasure to be here in this rich cultural and democratic place. Friends, media is our very, very natural ally, and I'm really happy to see you in such a large number here. I appeal through you, first of all, before I start, to all the voters of Tamil Nadu to please come in big numbers when the elections take place and join in the festival of democracy, which we have this year called Chunav Ka Parv and Desh Ka Garv. In last 2 days, we met all the political parties, national political parties, regional political parties. We also had detailed meeting, long meeting with the deputy commissioners, collectors, SPs, IGs, ADGs, and thereafter with the enforcement agencies of the state and center, and lastly with the Chief Secretary, DG, and all the senior officers of the state to review the poll preparedness. Friends, I'll first of all tell you what the political parties mentioned to us. What were their demands? What were their complaints? I list them first for you because it's a part of our mandate that we first disclose as to what is the demand which the political parties, one of the strong stakeholders, have. Then also through my briefing would tell you as to what we want to, how we are addressing those demands of the political parties, so that no question is unanswered, and I like to give answers through you. So we met National Party AAP, BSP, BJP, CPIM, Indian National Congress, NPP. And besides, there were 4 state parties, AIDMK, CPI, DMDK, and DMK. So what they basically asked, I am just first giving you that background. Most of the parties requested to curtail the use of money power and inducements during the election period. They wanted to disqualify the candidates who are found distributing cash during the elections, liquor, or any inducement material. One of the parties complained that parking of the cash is already taking place, so act on that straight away. Basically, this was all about curbing the misuse of the money power in the elections here. Process-wise, they said that the machinery, bureaucratic machinery, needs to be impartial. They need to provide a level playing field so that every candidate is treated equally. There was a perception amongst the political parties, some of them, that the FSTs and SSTs which are used, they themselves had sometimes become the informers for those who are where the raids are taking place. They demanded that permissions to the rallies and entitlements which the political parties have should be given on an equal footing. It should not be discriminated. That again the point which relates to the level playing field. They said observers should be deployed from outside the state. They further said that with observers, their phone numbers, where would they meet, their fixed timing should be available so that political parties can go and meet the observers. CCTV cameras should be put maximum possible, to the extent maximum possible, on the polling booth. CAPF should be deployed in most of the sensitive and those kind of booths. On the parties, many parties demanded that elections should be in one phase. They also wanted strong action against the impersonation cases which people try to do during the voting. There was a demand to curtail hate speeches during campaign, encourage political parties to have an internal code of ethics, Collaborate with educational institutions. This is what one demand, to raise awareness amongst the young voters. One of the requests was to further refine and purify the voter list. Some of them demanded double verification of voters so that impersonation does not take place. One of the party highlighted that the transfers which the ECI mandates of those officials who have stayed for more than 3 years is done in letter and not in spirit. So therefore look at it. So friends, before I answer, I'll answer all of these questions which they have raised during my presentation at wherever it is relevant or in the end. But before I start, let me tell you that Commission is extremely determined, and all the collectors, all the enforcement agencies have been very, very strictly told about this, that we want an inducement-free election, free, fair and transparent. And inducement-free, we mean the misuse of money in the elections would not be tolerated. Commission has absolutely zero tolerance towards the misuse of money, distribution of money or distribution of freebies in any form, inducement in any form. I'll answer these specific questions raised by the political parties. To give you a brief snapshot of the parliamentary constituencies, there are total in 39 in the state. Kerala and Karnataka we also reviewed here. Their COs and SPNOs came. They have, as you are aware, 20 and 28. Next. Overview of electors. 6.19 crore electors, and a very happy trend is that female voters are more than the male voters. And we appeal to them to even surpass the male voters when they come for voting. There are 8,294 transgenders. And persons with disability, we took a special drive so that all the persons with disability get into our electoral roll. We earmark them so that we can give them facilities. They are 4.33 lakhs, 14.66 lakhs very, very senior citizens, and the voters in the age of 20 to 29 are 1.08 crores. And friends, you would again be happy to know that first-time voters, with a special emphasis was there, we enroll our young voters. So between 18 and 19, there are 9.18 lakh voters who are between 18 to 19 age group. If we come to the inclusiveness of the election, electoral gender ratio is 1036. As I mentioned, it is very favorable. And there are more than 205 ACs, assembly constituencies, where this ratio is more than 1,000. Even in 18 to 19 years voters, there are girl voters who are 4.47 lakhs. So this is the inclusiveness in terms of the women, focus on women. When we come to the next inclusive issue, that is the youth. So we appointed designated, dedicated AEROs for the colleges, and because of this, there are 5.26 lakhs first-time voters in Tamil Nadu. So much so that we have got 65,000 advance applications. These advance application means whose age is not still 18 as on 1/1/2024. So whosoever is completing the 18 years age during this entire year of 24 has also given us advance application. This is what we have made them enable. And of these 65,000, whosoever completes the age of 18 years by 1st April, that is the qualifying date, he will become entitled to vote. So that's the, even who's becoming 18 on the 1st of April will get the chance to vote. We also took a special drive. This is how we are improving our electoral rolls. The persons with the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, there are 6, and 18 plus population, we have enrolled 1,62,000 eligible. Out of them, we have enrolled 1,60,000, almost 99% enrollment of persons with tribal, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. This is the inclusive form of the electoral roll. When we come to the polling stations, now after a year I'll tell you about polling stations. There are total 68,144 polling stations in the state of Tamil Nadu. We have mandated the webcasting of 50%, but CO Tamil Nadu has going to 66%. He may go even higher. That is his internal decision here. We will have some booths managed by PWD employees, some by women and some by youth. This is to empower them as such by managing the booths, and it's a demonstration of their capabilities and empowerment. All the polling stations would have assured minimum facilities in terms of drinking water, electricity, toilet, or ramps, wheelchairs. All that would be available on the polling stations. When we come to the elderly and the PWD voters, we are giving them the facility to vote from the comfort of their home. They need to apply Form 12D within 5 days of the notification. Our experience is that many senior citizens want to come to the polling station themselves rather than doing it, but for any matter, for any eventuality, if they want to do it from their home, they are authorized, they are enabled to vote it from their home. And similarly, the persons with disability, there is an application of the commission called Saksham. They can book their voting straightway from there and the kind of facilities they want on the day of voting. Friends, I'll now come to the enablement through the IT applications. And this is one particular slide which I'd like to draw your attention and request you to please popularize this. This is everybody's duty to curb the menace of money power. This is the application called C Vigil. Means vigilant, the citizens be vigilant. On this application, if there is any information which a voter has, that money is being distributed, or some freebies are being distributed, or something wrong is happening, campaigning is taking place in wrong way, somebody is treating somebody with wine or whiskey or this kind of thing, liquor, they can just type it and text it, or they can take a photo and send it on this application. They need not write there where from it is coming. The application will capture the longitude and latitude of the location, and there would be a FST or an SST 5-10 kilometers around it. It will automatically reach that particular FST, and within 100 minutes our team will